Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Hayden McLennan and this video is going to be me explaining the disaster that happened with my file server and what I'm going to do with it in the future. So as you can see, this is my file server. It is an HP DC7700 small form factor computer and it has two hard drives in it. There's a 500 gig drive that was in there before, and there's also a 70 gig drive, one of those slimline ones, in the floppy drive bay that I slipped in there after I got this. What happened to it? Well, basically it died, sort of. Not the computer itself, the hard drive, the 500 gig one that had all my data and stuff on it, that sort of died. I think that's what happened. I'm not sure, but I'm using this as the perfect excuse to upgrade. So let's have a look. This is going to be very, very dusty, and while I'm here, I'm going to take out the drives, and I'm also going to take out and I'm also going to clean all the dust out of it. So let me just remove this. So let's go over the specs of this machine. This has a Core 2 Duo in it with 6GB of RAM, has an optical drive here that never gets used, so I will talk to you about my plans with the optical drive in a minute. And we have this, and we have the power supply. I'm not sure how many watts it is, I'm sure it says on there. 240 watt power supply, and as you can see right here, if you can see that there, that is the other hard drive, and there's the 500 gig one that could be dead or not. I'm not actually sure. Let's have a look in here. This is the shroud, and that's pretty dusty in there. I did clean this. This has been going for almost a year straight. I did clean it before I, did that. Liam from RapidWeb actually set this up for me, and I'll talk about my plans with this in a minute. So here we have the CPU heatsink, which I can see is very, very dusty. Yep, it's very, very dusty. So let's have a look here. So we have our floppy connected there, which I never took out. I should probably do that. So I'm going to take out the hard drives. I can tell that this is going to be a pain in the bottom. Yeah, this is going to be a big pain in the ass here, isn't it? Okay, so I'll just grab my screwdriver here. So what I'm going to do first is take out the hard drives and put them in a nice safe place. So let's give this dish a shot, shall we? Take out the RAM. I'm actually not sure how to change the hard drive in one of these. Well, that's stupid. That has to be one of the stupidest things I've seen. Look at how it comes out. The screw is hidden in with that connector there. I'm not sure what it is, but it's hidden all the way in there. You can see it's hidden all the way in there, and you have to get to it from this little wee black connector here, and you have to get your screwdriver in there somehow to loosen it. Then once that's loose, you have to loosen that one there, and then basically you slide it up. See, look, I can't even do it now. See, look, right. Slide it up and out like that. Oh, that's stupid. I freaking hate that. That is so stupid. Alright, so wow, this is really light. So this is the hard drive. So it's a 500 gig drive. It was made in 2011. Actually what I will do is I will remove these. So they're all the same size, which is great. So why does HP put hex on the screws? That's what I want to know. If you know that, please leave it in the old comments down below. So it doesn't sound dead. It doesn't have any rattle, which is good. No, I don't. No, I'm kidding. I didn't drop it. So this is the operating system drive, and I just slid that in there like that. And holy crap, I forgot how tight fit that was. This one was made on the 27th of April 2010, and this one was made on the 2nd of March 2011. So I don't know. I'll find a couple of anti-static bags or something, put them in there. I want to get all the data off both of these here, so I'm going to use something called, what is it called? It's called FS2BSD or something, and you use that on Windows and you put these in a drive toaster, or you hook them up to your computer with SATA or something, and you get all the data off that way with a Linux formatted drive, because I had Proxmox on here with a Debian 7 virtual machine. as the file server part, which probably wasn't too good. So I need to get the data off these if they both work. Hopefully they do. What are my plans for this? My plans is I want to get a 1 terabyte, which is, you know, 400 gig more than what I had before. 1 terabyte Western Digital Caviar, no, not Caviar, just the Western Digital Red drive, which are the NAS drives, 5200 RPM, which doesn't matter because gigabit speeds are only 120 megabytes a second or something like that anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So I want to do that, and for the boot drive, I want to get a 120 gigabyte SSD. Where am I going to put that, you ask? Well, I'm going to put it where that 160 gig was before. I'm going to put it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm either going to blue tack it or just Velcro it on in there, and then that'll be good. At least power too, which is great. Okay, and I'm going to use Windows Server 2. Oh my god, dust isn't black. Why is it black? Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm going to use Windows Server 2012 R2, and that'll be good. Oh Jesus, oh god, Jim, what have I done? So that's good. I'll do that, and it'll be easier for me to administrate now. I can set it up all by myself, which is awesome. Okay, so let's take this damp thing and oh dear lord, what have I done? Oh my god, these extra screws on the back. Huh, did not notice that before. Ew, look at that, that's disgusting. Ew, gross. So the system wasn't loud at all because it is a small form factor computer. It's just dusty, which dust is not good for computers. It's just not. So can I remove this? Really? Philips, are you kidding? So this is a 4-pin fan. Nice. Did not know that. Okay, look at that. Gross. So I'll leave that out. Chuck back there. And I need to go grab another one of them. So as I'm going around, I'm checking just to make sure there are no bulging capacitors or anything broken off the motherboard that could cause any issues or anything like that. You know, just the basic sort of stuff to double check as you're maintaining your systems. Well, would you look at that? A reasonably clean system. Okay, so that is PWM controlled because it is part of the CPU. It pulls air from the, what's this, the back? Or is it the front? It's the front through the CPU, and then the CPU then does the job. So this is just the first half of this video, or first half of this video, because I'm going to order the parts tonight. Like I said, SSD and WD Red. I'm ordering them tonight. Maybe later tomorrow. Off of PB Tech, comes to about $100 and something odd dollars. So let's chuck this back down there, and then chuck that back down in there. So it's all nice and down and stuff. Now I can put all this stuff in the bin. There was some sort of weird splatter on the side of, or on the front of this, but it's pretty much all cleaned off now. So that's everything clean, sweet, and everything all put back in place. So let's just slip this nice wee thingy on. Alright, you can have my XP key if you want. And yeah, let's make sure it all still powers on properly, because that would suck if it didn't. Moment of truth. Hey. Man, this is quiet. And remove this again to make sure it's all still, make sure all the fans are still spinning. That is pretty neat, isn't it? Alright, cool. So this is just the first part of this video, as you can probably see. So the next part is going to be probably about a week for me, but about a second for you. So that will be the install of the hard drive and SSD, and then I will install Windows by myself and get all my data off those other drives at a later date probably. So yeah, this was just the first part. I hope you enjoy the second bit, I guess. So today is Monday, just a few days after I filmed the first segment, and I thought I'd just give you a bit of an update on the server and the data recovery and all that. So a bit of an update on the hard drives. I'm just kidding. This is the 500 gig drive that was in here. This was the data one. So that one's, yep. What happened was I went into a program called EX2 Volume Manager, or EX2, you know, all that, and it's for Linux disks. You can plug your Linux disk in there if it's formatted to ext3 or 4 or 2, and you can read and you can mount it in Windows, and then going through that program it can read them. But only one partition on the drive there was readable. The other ones were formatted raw. And when I went to go recover the data with a program called Test Disk, it did all that. So yeah, I went through and taken all the MP4 files that I wanted off it, that could be recovered off of it, and yeah, there was only like 6 that I could recover. Oh well, it's 6 more than what I didn't have before. If you're curious, this is the file server itself, and I just used a spare 500GB SATA drive in there, and I just put Windows Server 2012 on it because Windows 7 doesn't like this machine. So with this part of the video, I didn't really... Okay, the thing is, there were the neighbours, right, they were quite loud and noisy, and I didn't really have time to do a commentary while I was recording this in March. So yeah, whatever the thing is. So I will do a voiceover. So right now I am just unplugging the old hard drive with the Windows Server install that you saw in the previous sector and taking that out. That was just a Western Digital Caviar Blue 500 gig, and this is the new SSD. It is a SanDisk SSD Plus, I believe. Yeah, that's just what it said. So it came in a nice anti-static bag. It is 120 gig. I'm going to install Windows Server 2012 R2 on it. Very nice SSD, very fast. I'm very happy with the performance. It may be a cheap SSD, but it certainly is a speed boost compared to the hard drive. So that's just the SSD dashboard, and this is the SSD itself. That's the anti-static bag, and yeah, so just untape that right there, mate. Yep. So, and take it out. Very, very light metal housing. Really like this SSD. Very happy with it. So there you go, SSD Plus, and it will just go on the floppy drive bay. It'll just sit there until I can get some Velcro or something like that. So I'm just plugging in the SATA and power. That's the SATA lead with the clip on it, and it just snaps in there nicely. And it will just sit there like I said. So now I'm just replugging in the optical drive and all that. I didn't mention this. Oh, I don't think I did in the last. Oh, this is the hard drive, the Western Digital Caviar Red, or just Red, WD Red NAS drive. Love it. But I'm not. I will probably take that. I'll probably take the... What am I trying to say? I'll probably take the optical drive out and replace it with a hard drive converter, so I can get another one of the WD Reds and put them in RAID 1. But, so, I've complained about this hard drive caddy in one of the last segments, but no, it's actually a very intuitive design. So you just screw all the screws in, then you hold that green tab back that I was holding back just then, and you slide it in. And you slide it in until it clicks. It makes a very nice hefty thunk, like now, and then, you know, it's all good. It's great. Yeah, love it. See, perfect, easy. Didn't even think of that last time. Didn't see how it did that. So, yeah, lessons learned. So I'm just plugging in the power, no, I'm just plugging in the SATA there, and I will plug in the power later. So I'm just putting the power supply back, and this is, I didn't see the SATA cable under the power supply. You can see it on camera, but I couldn't see it from where I was. I was just blind, I couldn't see it there either. I was just like, what the hell, man? So yeah, I sort of broke, or not really broke it, I just sort of compressed it a little. So I just rewired that under the 4-pin CPU power, I think that is. Yep, so I'm just plugging it all in. That's the SSD for it. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to time-lapse this bit, the install. So what I was trying to say before was that that was the USB drive to install Windows Server 2012 R2. That's what I'm going to be using for this file server. So far I really like it. I think it was a good choice. I am not going to be using Linux, so this is just going through and configuring some of the settings. I added it to the workgroup, changed the computer name to the name of it, which is Kermit, and also enabled remote desktop. So I just restarted it to make sure that the name took. And I had a little bit of trouble with it booting here, so after this I rebooted it and it worked fine. See? Just rebooted it and it worked fine. Cool. So now I'm just changing the IP address to 192.168.1.20, which is, I'm going to have the servers in my house on .20 to .30. And after that I just turned it off, and now I'm going to plug into the power to the WD Red. And there it is in disk management. So I'm just going to create a new simple volume. And name it entertainment for all my movies and stuff. Then click next, yep, then finish, and then boom. Now I'm going to create a new shrink a little bit of volume to 100 gig, and that'll be for software and stuff. So now I'm just going through and sharing all these on the network. I'm going to give them all full access to everyone. I don't really care about passwords and all that because it will mainly just be me using it. So the software partition was just so for .exe files and all that I downloaded, as well as backups of the MyPlaceOnYT templates and description and website and all that sort of stuff. I have local backups because my internet is slow and I can't upload everything to the cloud. And what I was doing before this is I was just putting control panel, network and computer on the desktop and customizing it to the way I like. So this is the perfect opportunity to end this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, leave a comment saying what I could do better next time. Also, hit subscribe, really does help me out a lot. Alright, thanks.